Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's February 1st, 2023, and despite registering the contract renewal of Xavi with La Liga, Barcelona fell short of registering the remaining contracts that they were hoping to register during this winter transfer market. Also, Barcelona are still awaiting a response in regards to the registration of Julian Araujo. And finally, it looks like Amrabat could still arrive in the club in the summer of 2023. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I am officially back in the country after attending a friend's wedding. So I will be back to the regular schedule of bringing you daily videos with the most up-to-date news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Now we start with the news that Barcelona just defeated Real Betis 1-2, and with this victory, Barcelona are now 8 points ahead of Real Madrid in La Liga table, who will be playing against Valencia tomorrow after Valencia sacked their coach Gennaro Gattuso. Now Barcelona had an absolutely brilliant match against Real Betis, where we saw a solid team, a compact team, a team that played in unison, where everybody did their job, where everybody helped each other, and where the whole team played really well together, whether they were defending or they were attacking. Now, when the team were attacking, we saw the entire team participate in the attack. They were moving the ball very quickly. They were having fast transitions. They were having those triangulations and mechanisms that I've been saying the whole season that the team needed to engage in. And also we saw players constantly running around, looking to get open and looking to help out their teammate who had the ball. And overall, the team did a spectacular job attacking. And when they were defending, they also did a great job where the entire team would run back to defend, covering each other's backs, covering the spaces. And when a Barcelona player failed to stop a Real Betis attacker, there would be two more Barcelona players that would appear out of nowhere to make sure that that attack went nowhere. Now, in regards to the defense, I think the combination of Jules Koundé, Ronald Araujo, Andreas Christensen, and Alejandro Balde is a great and absolutely amazing combination, and probably one of the best defenses in Europe, where Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen are absolute walls in the middle who don't let anything go through. And Alejandro Balde and Jules Koundé also do an amazing job of defending on the flanks and yet provide great depth to the team when they attack, because they both have a magnificent control of the ball and they can push forward with the ball at their feet really well. Now, I think in the midfield, Frenkie de Jong and Sergio Busquets together work very well, because when we've had only Sergio Busquets on the field or only Frenkie de Jong, neither of them have been quite convincing, but yet when they both play together, they're absolutely wonderful, where they are completely solid defensively in the middle, don't let anything go through, and have a pretty good control of the midfield, but yet they can still distribute the ball really quickly and make those dangerous passes that break lines. Now, in regards to Pedri and Xavi, I think I really like that Xavi has been getting more involved in the attack, making those runs to the box, and participating more at taking shots. And we've been seeing this in the previous few matches, where we're seeing both Pedri and Xavi score, and where we saw today Pedri have several shots at scoring 3 or 4 more goals for Barcelona. Now, in the attack, we had Lewandowski and Rafinha, who I don't think they had their best matches during the season. In the case of Lewandowski, he was a little bit off target and was lacking a little bit of finesse despite scoring one of Barcelona's goal. But of course, when you have an attacker like the Polish striker who has scored already 24 goals during only the first half of the season, then you can forgive him having some off days. Now, in regards to Rafinha, even though he did score a goal, and there's a lot of talks about how Rafinha is amazing and he's doing a great job because he scored a tapping goal, I still think that he lacked a lot in the attack. He lost a lot of balls. He couldn't dribble past defenders, and he made some bad decisions at certain points. But nonetheless, he was very solid defensively. He constantly ran back to help the defense. He was covering Real Betis' players. He was closing in spaces. So he was pretty good defensively, but he still lacked a lot in offense. And I think that we should start thinking about changing the role of Rafinha I don't think we can expect out of Rafinha what we expect out of Dembele, where Dembele can grab the ball in the middle of the field and make a run where he can dribble past 3 or 4 players and score a goal or provide an assist. I don't think Rafinha has those dribbling skills. I think Rafinha should be more of a player who can assist others through his really great crosses that are very accurate, and through his deep passes that he's also very good at doing, like we saw that pass to Pedri. And he could also be a player who can be in the box, finishing the plays and scoring goals. But I don't think we can expect Rafinha to be that dribbler that we expect out of Ousmane Dembele. Now, overall, the team was very solid defensively and in the midfield. We did lack a little bit in the offense, where we were off target and Barcelona could have scored more goals. But nonetheless, the team were absolutely brilliant today. And it's starting to look like Xavi's ideas are starting to solidify and manifest themselves on the field. And we're starting to see an improvement match after match. And if Barcelona continue on this trajectory, I have no doubts that the team could win more trophies during this season. Now, Xavi was also very happy with the team's performance. And in the post-match press conference, he said, "I think we played really well. I would say we were excellent in many phases of the game. We could have sentenced the game with Ansu's header to make it 3-0, but it was a great performance. I'm really happy with the performance as much as the result. We took the ball off a team that has it a lot. We improved a lot from Girona." Now, Barcelona's next opponent in La Liga will be Sevilla on Sunday, so it looks like the team will be traveling back to the city of Sevilla in a few days. Now, on to the news that Barcelona fell short of their goal of registering several of the contracts of their players during this winter transfer market. Now, the winter transfer market closed yesterday, January 31st, and Barcelona were able to register the contract renewal of Xavi, who had renewed his contract with Barcelona several weeks ago. However, La Liga had rejected the registration of Xavi's contract because they thought that Barcelona were over their wage limit. So Barcelona took this case to a judicial court, who ruled in favor of the club and allowed the registration of Xavi, because according to the court, Barcelona did have enough space on their wage bill to register Xavi's contract with the departure of Memphis Depay and Gerard Piqué. Now, Barcelona were hoping to also register the contract of Ronald Araujo, who extended his contract with the club several months ago, extending it until 2026 and adding a €1 billion release clause. And Barcelona were also hoping to register the contract renewal of Marcos Alonso, who was announced a few days ago that he had extended his contract until 2024. And then there was, of course, the contract renewal of Alejandro Balde, who had agreed to extend his contract until 2027 with a €1 billion release clause. And then there's, of course, Iñaki Peña, who has agreed to extend his contract until 2026. Now, Barcelona were unable to register any of these contracts because La Liga told them that they didn't have enough space on their wage bill. So the club are going to have to wait until the summer to register the contract renewals of Marcos Alonso and Ronald Araujo, and to extend the contracts of Alejandro Balde and Iñaki Peña. Now, as I reported in yesterday's video, Barcelona were able to sign during the final hours of the winter transfer market the Mexican defender Julian Araujo. Now, Julian Araujo is a 19-year-old right back who plays for the MLS team LA Galaxy, and Barcelona were considering signing him for the past few months, and they finally decided to pull the trigger during the final hours of the transfer market, and they signed him for around €4 million from the MLS team. Now, La Liga rejected the registration of Julian Araujo because it's reported that Barcelona submitted their paperwork 18 seconds after the closing of the window. And today, Matteo Alemany has given us an update in regards to the registration of Araujo, and he has said that the reason why Barcelona submitted the paperwork late by a few seconds was because the system to register players had gone down. So Barcelona have now appealed this to FIFA, and they're currently awaiting the response from the governing body to see whether they can register the contracts of Julian Araujo. And it looks like we could have an answer as soon as tomorrow. Now, if the FIFA say no to Barcelona, then the club would be in deep trouble because Julian Araujo would not be able to play until the end of the entire season. But hopefully that's not the case, and FIFA will allow Barcelona to register the signing of Julian Araujo, who was signed for the Barca Athletic. But of course, it's clear that Barcelona did that because had they signed Julian Araujo for the first team, then La Liga would have not allowed him to register him because due to the financial fair play rules. So even though Julian Araujo will be officially a Barca Athletic player, it's expected that he will be alternating with the first team. Now, another task that Barcelona were unable to fulfill during the final hours of the winter transfer market was the signing of Sofiane Amrabat. Now, Amrabat is a 26-year-old Moroccan midfielder who currently plays for the Serie A team Fiorentina. And Barcelona were hoping to sign him during the final hours of the winter transfer market so he can be Sergio Busquets' replacement. Now, Sofiane Amrabat and his representatives tried to force an exit out of Fiorentina until the final moments of the winter transfer market, including the player not showing up to the training, which of course angered his current club. But now he has apologized to his teammates, his coach, and the president of Fiorentina, and he has been included in the squad list of the Serie A club once again. What's being reported today that Barcelona have informed Sofiane Amrabat's representatives that the club have not given up on him and they will be signing him in the summer. But this is of course contingent on Sofiane Amrabat continuing to perform the same way he's been performing this past few months. So as long as Sofiane Amrabat keeps playing the same way he played during the World Cup, in the same way he's been playing this past few months in the Serie A, then it looks like he could be the replacement for Sergio Busquets in that pivot position. Now we'll end today's video with two brief updates in regards to the Barca Athletic. The first one being that Emre Demir has officially left the club. Now, I spoke about Emre Demir a few days ago. He's the 19-year-old Turkish midfielder who Josep Maria Bartomeu signed under the promise that he was going to be the next Lionel Messi. And like most of Bartomeu's signings, this too was a failed one, with Emre Demir only managed to play a total of 24 minutes with Barca Athletic. Now, Barcelona informed Emre Demir that he needed to find a new club in the winter transfer market because they no longer wanted him at Barcelona. And now the club have officially announced that Emre Demir has joined the Turkish club Fenerbahce on a free transfer, with Barcelona retaining 20% of any future sales of the young player. Now the second update is that Barca Athletic have signed Mohamed Mukhlis, or Moha Mukhlis as he's known, on loan until the end of the season from Andorra, and Moha Mukhlis is a 22-year-old midfielder. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I would like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.